Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Writer Coach Tony. And today we're going to do a movie review of several movies I saw over the weekend. The first one would be the Tom Hanks starrer, his latest movie, News of the World. No? So, News of the World is directed by Paul Greengrass, and it's making buzz right now in the also in the award circuit in the U.S. and the primary the primary reason is that um, the director is the director Paul Greengrass has been nominated before for best director, and then the girl in the movie, who plays the 14-year-old orphan, Helena Zengel has been nominated for Best Supporting Actress in the Screen Actors Guild, as well as in the Golden Globes, which is so she comes out of nowhere, and then no critics awards, I think, and then she gets those two high-profile nominations. So definitely she's in the short list, no, for Academy voters, because not only does she do very well in this movie, um, uh, there's a strong buzz for her performance. So anyway, News of the World harks back to the time. I think it's after the Civil War in the U.S. I don't know the exact dates, but it's set in the Texas of the 1800s, early 1900s, I think. So when you say 1800, 1820, that is that 1900s. I think that's it. So anyway, the movie is set around that time in Texas, when Texas was still the Wild Wild West. So Tom Hanks is a impoverished newsreader. He used to have a thriving business as a publisher, I think, or a printer, and then he lost his business, and then he had to make do with reading the news, going from town to town, reading the news to the people. That's why it's titled News of the World. You have to know that during that time, not many people knew how to read and write. So it was important that so people like the character Tom Hanks was playing um, has a big role, no, in not only spreading news to the people but also to entertain them, because Tom Hanks' character has a knack of choosing the right articles to read for a certain group of people. Because if you go from town to town, each town is different in its own way, no? Based on the composition of the people, based on the industry, based on the business that's happening in the town. So his quiet life becomes disrupted when, as he travels, he sees a wagon that was attacked, by racist white people who hanged the poor black man who was driving the wagon, who was transporting an orphan, no? Who twice over orphan, because first she was a daughter. She's actually a daughter of this German family that was moving to the West, and she was kidnapped, presumably at an even younger age, because she could speak a little German but doesn't really remember all the language. And then she was taken in kidnapped by these Indians known as a Kiowa. I've searched Kiowa online, and there's really a Kiowa Indian. They also speak Kiowan, so there's a Kiowa language. And then it's amazing in the movie, Helena Zengel, the German actress, who's I think only 14 years old. Um, I don't think she ever spoke English. No, she spoke in either German and Kiowan, or she had to act using her face, her eyes, her facial expression. So that's why she was singled out, I think, by not only the Hollywood Foreign Press, also by the Screen Actors Guild. So that's the whole voters, screen actors. No? So okay, Paul Greengrass is known to be a director of action movies. So he did Born Supremacy and the sequels to Born Supremacy. The one movie I watched that he directed was United 91, which was very gripping. It was about the plane that crashed into the ill-fated Twin Towers. No? So that was a very gripping movie to make. And then, so when I went to watch News of the World, the movie was a bit slower, no? And it took the time to show the West, the Wild Wild West during that time. So there were beautiful cinematography of um, camera shots of Texas, the desert, how life was in a frontier America, and the costumes of the people, the makeup, they weren't really clean, they were dusty, they were muddy, depending if it rained, it was muddy, if it was sunshine, it was dusty, and there wasn't enough water, so you could really see it in the faces of the characters, no? So um, the movie is enjoyable. Some parts of the movie are enjoyable, no? For me, my two favorite parts are the scene where Tom Hanks and Helena Zengel were being chased by these three, maybe you can call them pedophile kidnappers, because they wanted to get Helena away, and kidnap her. So in a way, they were like child traffickers, So anyway, it's a beautifully directed scene, and in the whole movie, that's the only scene which shows the true talent of Paul Greengrass. His way of creating suspense, So, but that alone, that I think 10-minute scene was good enough for me, entertaining enough. You can feel a certain tension, hoping for the best for both Tom Hanks and Helena Zangel's characters. Another favorite scene in the movie is about, it's very relevant today, especially in the wake of the fake news, that we have all around here. It's about certain powerful people controlling the information that flows to the public. So in the movie, there's also that metaphor being shown, in a small town where this thug rules, because he said this county is my county. So anyway, this is America during the olden times, um, and the only news he wanted Tom Hanks to read was his own gazette, and it's all praising him. It was all telling of white supremacy against blacks, against Asians, against Indians. So in a way, it was um, kind of a mind manipulating news, which Tom Hanks did not want to tell the people. So in that beautiful scene, he was trying to using his humor, because we forget that Tom Hanks is actually a comedian. He started off as a comedian when I was young, so I know he has this comedic talent, and you can see in that scene when he was trying to appease the thug and getting the audience to love him. It's really good, and it is suspenseful because the thug had these goons, and he wanted to control all these people. And of course, if Tom Hanks' character does not do what he wants, he would most likely be killed. But anyway, he doesn't get killed. The good man wins in this movie. Um, it's currently showing at Netflix right now, and I highly recommend it. You might be turned off by cowboy movies. Sometimes I do get turned off, but this one has it's not really. I mean, the issues it presents are not really about the cowboys. It's about you know spreading, not spreading fake news, spreading genuine news, and then also learning to take care of other people who are not part of our family. No? So in a way, because in the movie, Tom Hanks is not related to the orphan, but even then, by the goodness of his heart, he starts to take care of this kid, played by Helena Zengo. And so I definitely recommend that you watch the movie. And then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Writer Coach Tony. And then please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you very much for your time. Till the next movie review. Bye bye.